So today we celebrate the feast of St. Ignatius of Loyola. And St. Ignatius is quite a character. Sometimes when we think of saints, we think of these pious people that stand around all the time praying. Ignatius, and certainly many of the saints, were not at all like that. He was a soldier. He was seriously injured by a cannonball. He had his leg shattered. And he belonged to a wealthy family, so he was in his house recuperating and was there for months and months and months. And in his bedroom there was only two books, a Bible and a history of the saints. And he started reading those two books, and from that experience he went out and founded the Jesuit order. It takes a lot of courage to found a Jesuit order. It takes a lot of tenacity. So here's a man that had to go and look and find and discover faith, and then go and work hard to put it and implement it, to make something out of his faith, rather than simply being pious. Moses was like that. We hear Moses' story today. We hear Moses at the end of his life today. He has been in God's presence so much and so often that he glows. He actually, near the end of his life, has to wear a veil over his face so he doesn't shine and then make everybody uncomfortable. And again, Moses didn't start out in the best of situations. I mean, his mother put him into a basket and floated him down a river. He was found. Luckily, he ends up having a privileged life in court, only to mess that up by going out and killing an Egyptian and being exiled, but ultimately coming back and leading the Jewish people out. Again, his faith, not easy, and yet here's a person of great faith. In our gospel reading today, we hear Jesus describing faith as something not easily found. You know, we don't click our fingers, we don't take a pill, we don't just come to church one time and suddenly become faithful. It's a lot of work. He describes it like treasure in a field. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was driving here today to work at the 405, I didn't see a sign that said buried treasure next exit. I didn't see a sign that said buried treasure, shovels rent for $5. It's something that we have to work at. It's something, and here I am preaching, as I say, to the choir, because you're here at a daily mass, right? You know, you're amongst the faithful. But faith is not something which simply hits us or strikes us or becomes automatic. It's something that we're called to work on and search and seek out. And that's what Jesus is telling us in the gospel today. Go look, find your faith, and once you find it, hold it close, hold it preciously, care for it, because it is a great treasure. It is a pearl of great price. Amen.
Amen.